welcome back to my channel Button and Pip. I'm Adele. My channel is mainly about my dressmaking journey, but in recent times I've started to dip my toe into yarn crafts, knitting and crochet. But if you like this, please subscribe to my channel and have a look back at my previous vlogs. So today's vlog is about my recent yarn crafts. So I have, well, I'd say it's been growing as a skill or as a hobby in recent years. So I started just with crocheting blankets. I don't think you can ever have too many blankets, so we've got quite a few around the house and a few more to come. And then, well, it was 2 Christmases ago, my husband bought me a knitting kit from We Are Knitters, and I was so excited. I thought, this is the time I'm really going to challenge myself. I'm dead pleased about my jumper, but after the first couple of wears, it went into the washing machine and it shrunk. So I've learnt my lesson. I have learnt my lesson with my knitted wear, but it didn't put me off. And I've grown with confidence. I wouldn't say really with skill, but I've definitely grown with confidence. So I've got some knitted makes, but I've also got a crochet project to show you that I've also already completed, currently doing, and a future project. Right, let me stop waffling. Let me just get on to show you what I've made. So the first make that I've done, now what I have found with knitting is you have to really pay attention to patterns because it can all go wrong. Now this one, let me just say, disclaimer from the very start, I didn't follow any patterns. I had bought, so when I bought a recent kit from We Are Knitters, I got enticed, I got pulled in to looking at the beautiful yarn, and they were advertising a yarn called, I think it was Yarnicorn. So it's like a yarn that's got pinks and blues and yellows, a really fun yarn. So I put an order in for a pre-order of 5 balls of yarn, wool. And it took a couple of months because when you pre-order through We Are Knitters, it does take a while for those orders to come through. And when it finally came through, I was like, yay! But then I was like, what am I going to do with this? So I got 5 balls, and I think a lot of the patterns were about 6 balls. And I was like, well, I'm not going to pay the postage for another 5 and then have extra yarn left over. So I did a bit of research and thought, could I just do an easy garter stitch block jumper? And there was a few little sort of tutorials out there, but I just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it and just keep putting it up against myself. So here is the project, the finished jumper. Okay, now it is slightly smaller than I hoped. I had hoped for it to be full length in the sleeves and full length in the bodice. But as I've quickly realised, okay, I've got to have a bit of practice with my tension, but also blocking does make a difference. Sometimes it makes it grow, which has happened. Sometimes it doesn't change. But do you know what? You live and learn. So I really actually like this. I wear it with jeans. I'll put some videos in so that you can actually see me wearing it as well. But I do wear it with jeans, just as an extra layer, and it's just really cosy. Yes, it is slightly shorter, but I quite like the cropped look, actually. I do like the cropped look. So, yes. And I haven't put it in the washing machine yet, so I have hand washed it. My husband has just said to me, look, you, Adele, are going to deal with all of this now. He doesn't want to feel any guilt. It wasn't his fault the first time, it was my fault. I chucked it in the washing machine, he put the wash on. It was my fault. But he said he is not even going to go near them. Not even going to near them. But yeah, there we go. But the edge, see what I mean about this yarn? It's absolutely, the colours are beautiful. Now, what I am finding is, as I wear it, it is starting to bubble under the arms. So I need to take some care and remove that. I need to get one of those fuzzy, I remember having one when I was a kid actually, like a little shaver with a bobble head on, and take off those bubbles. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with it, even if it was a bit of a gamble. Dead chuffed with that. Now, the next 2 I absolutely love. So for my birthday, was it last year? I think it was. I got some money and I thought I'm going to make an investment in some circular needles. So I did a bit of research, and like I say, I'm on the beginning of this journey. I am kind of a little bit clueless, and I was looking at what are the best circular needles, and I can tell you they can range in the hundreds of pounds. But where's my kit? Here it is. I saw some good reviews about this kit. Let me just find the name of it. I don't know if I've got the name. Yeah, it's the Knit Pro interchangeable wooden, I think they're bamboo, needles. So what I love about this is they're interchangeable. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sizes of needles, and then lots of different lengths of the cables. Actually 8 sizes of needles. Actually, if I find a link to this that I used, I'll put it in the description box below. But there's lots of different cable lengths, and I quickly realised with my next project that I do need interchangeable, because it's so much easier than buying lots of different size needles and different lengths. And right, I'm just going to say it now, circular needles are the way forward. I don't even want to knit now on straight needles, because circular needles, well, the project that I've done, you started from the neck down, and I could try it on, I could check the fit along the way, and also no seaming at the end. That's one thing I hated on this, trying to seam it. I think I crochet seamed it instead of with a tapestry needle. Either way, it drags trying to seam that up. Whereas, if you do it circular, there is absolutely no seaming at all. And once you've done the last sort of hem part, that's it, done, I'm off. I'm having a laugh. So yes, I really do rate these needles. I rate it from an experience point of view. I love them. So let me show you, I had this jumper on actually on my last video, and I got some lovely comments and some questions about this. So that's why I'm doing a whole video all about my yarn crafts. So it's this jumper here, which is, I found this lady just on Instagram. I don't know how, I think we all do this. We're just flicking through and something pops up, and then you follow down a rabbit hole of links. And then I found this lady. It's called the Knit and Purl Girl. And I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's the, I think it's the Aosta jumper. I feel really bad that I haven't found this out before I did the vlog. I should have. But this is the chunky version. No, there's many versions of this pattern. There's cardigan versions, there's chunky versions, there's mohair versions. Yeah, but I absolutely love this. So it was some new techniques actually of this. It's got a folded over neck, and then you increase, so you have a raglan sleeve, then you leave your stitches there, carry on with the bodice and some ribbon at the bottom, and then pick up the stitches for the sleeves. But what I love about this is that the sleeves are like big balloon shaped sleeves, and it is so cozy. It really is cozy. And the circular needles, wow, it knitted up so quickly. Just going round and round and round and round and round. I loved it. Now the pattern did call for wool, and it was my first project, and 6 balls of wool to make this would cost me a small fortune. So I thought, right, I'm going to do some research and try to find something that was similar weight. And where is it? Here. I went with the Stylecraft Chunky, and I got this in, I think, yeah, it's called Mushroom. So it's a nice pink sort of silvery colour, but I had to order this. I think I ordered it from Lovecrafts, and I ordered 10 balls, and I have not used 10 balls. I think I've used 6, so I've got 4 balls of this left. So I might make maybe some hats and some scarves for the winter time with that. But it worked out as, I wouldn't say a cheap version, but it was a cheaper and more affordable version of the jumper. And with it being acrylic, I haven't really had to worry about it growing when I've blocked. I probably, touch wood, if it did end up in the washing machine, it wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I absolutely love it. So as soon as I finished that, I was like, right, I need to find some more to make another. Now, I had this kit. Let me just grab it. I had this kit. I had treated myself to this kit. The We Are Knitters matte sweater. So I had all the wool. It's the petite wool for this. And I think I'd tried to start the front of this 3 or 4 times. And the problem I had was, as you get the V, you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls of wool on the go at the same time. And oh, it was annoying me because I was like, it was just like, I was sat here doing my knitting and it was just wool everywhere, getting all tangled up. And looking back on this, they gave me 2 balls of this sort of grey wool. There was no way. I know I had gone for a smaller size than this on the model, but I don't think there was any chance it was going to look like that. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has made this pattern, but I'm a little bit confused as to how 2 balls of wool when you had 4 balls of the pink. I don't know whether I got my numbers wrong, but anyway, I had that wool and then I thought, right, you know what I like to do? I like to gamble and see, oh, will it work out? So I made my second jumper out of that wool. And look at it. And that's what I was saying, right? That goes all the way down here. This was the 2 balls of wool that's only done the top. I'm not sure. But yes, so this is from some petite wool. Is it petite wool? Yeah, petite wool from We Are Knitters. And I love it. So I did a bit of an experiment, and the way that the pattern goes, there's a particular stitch name for this. Oh, look, you can tell I'm so experienced. I'm not all clued up on it. Where you do 3 lines of knit, and then there's 1 row that is knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl all the way along. And that gives you the lovely feature. Now, when I was changing the wool in the blocking, I thought I didn't want it to go from brown to white, white or cream to pink. I wanted sort of a gradual movement between the colours. So I put in sort of this interchangeable band here. Now, I made it, I put it on and I thought, oh my goodness, Adele, you really don't have a clue about sizing, because it was up here and it didn't feel quite nice. But I thought, you know what, right, let's just block it and let's just go for it. So I blocked it and now it's a perfect size. So again, like I say, I blocked this, didn't change, so I could try that on. I blocked this, it grew. The only difference is acrylic wool. So it's a lesson learned that if I've got something wool, be mindful that it may grow. Acrylic, I can kind of guess that that's going to stay the same size. But I love it. But I don't know if anyone else has noticed, it kind of reminds me of ice cream. You know, Neapolitan ice cream where you've got the chocolate, vanilla and strawberry. I don't know whether I'm a big sort of ice cream tub walking around in it, but kind of don't care because I love it. So yes, I don't think I've stopped with this pattern. I know in the future I'm probably going to make another one. It's an absolute brilliant pattern. I'll put a link down below directly to that pattern. So yes, that's my knitting, and like I say, I've done some crochet. So over the winter, I thought, right, where is all the excess wool from my last projects? Let me just get it out. Let's have a look what I can do with it. And this yarn, it was the Aran Waite Women's Institute yarn from Hobbycraft. It comes in huge, massive balls. And I'd made 2 jumpers. 1 jumper out of this. That was my very first knitted jumper. It took me like 3 years. And then I crocheted a jumper out of the grey. And I had quite a lot left of these 2 yarns. So again, just winging it. I was just like, right, I'm just going to make a crochet sort of granny stitch blanket. And I just went with it. But let me tell you, oh, that yarn was getting really tangled up at the end. Me and my husband one night sat down here trying to untangle it. And I was like, right, I'm just going to cut it. So yeah, I used it. It's a nice sort of scrap blanket. And I would probably have liked it to be a little bit longer. But it's used up yarn that was just sitting in my stash, so I'm really, really chuffed with that. And on a crochet theme, going from one jumper to another, I found this pattern after I'd seen Laura from Specky Seamstress make a jumper out of this. So this is from, I think it's called the Iron Lamb. It's the Faraway jumper, okay? And, oh, look at it. Ooh. Again, it's acrylic. It's Stylecraft. Is it Stylecraft? Let me just grab my... Yeah, Stylecraft. It's double knit though this time. And the pattern that she's done, on the blah, blah. The pattern that she's done on the pattern is in some beautiful sort of jewel colours. I thought I might go a little bit like 70s and a bit sort of go along sort of a more neutral palette. I don't know if it's working, but I quite like it. Okay, and Crochet Garments are really coming back this season. So I think, yeah, it is a bit retro, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. So let me just show you. I've done the yoke and now just, there we go. I'm just finishing the yoke part. And then the rest of the bodice will be in this cinnamon colour. But what do you think? Do you think it looks all right? But yeah, I started that last week and I've done enough already, in a week. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. But that has meant also I've got a lot of these colours left. I bought one ball of yarn for each of these. And I think there was 5 for this colour. So I've got a little bit left. What do other people do with all the yarn that's left over? I'm not sure what to do. I've seen some really cool jumpers where it just gets used up. But what happens if you have different weights and so on? I don't know if anyone can tell me what I can do with all the extra yarn. But yeah, that's my current project in the evenings. And well, after the Stitch Festival, I was chatting away with my friend Vicky. And we said, let's go to the Creative Craft Show and Sewing for Pleasure show that was at the NEC last weekend. So we went along and it was really nice because it's not a big journey to the NEC from our house. So we left here at 9, went for a Mackie's breakfast and got there about 10, had a look around. I wasn't really interested in the creative crafts side. It's a lot of paper crafts and that's not something that interests me. But there was some beautiful sewing and fabric and also yarn stores. And I saw the lovely Adaka again from Dovetail London. It was lovely to see her again, even though I'd only seen her a couple of weeks ago. And I wore my African wax print dress and I got some lovely compliments. So thank you if you'd stopped me and said it was nice. But this is one project that is getting me excited, but also I know it's going to be a challenge. Right, are you ready to see it? It's huge. So I bought, I think this is from the Black Sheep Company. I bought this whole pack to make this beautiful mosaic, let me get it out, mosaic blankets. Oh, so I've got all of the beautiful colours already pre-selected. And let me see if I can find, there it is. This is the blanket I'm going to be making. How gorgeous. So it's called the Parisian Tile Eastern Jewels blanket. So it's all got the right amount. They're all double knit yarns. And what I quite like about this project actually is when I'm making something like this, I have to cart the whole thing around. So if I'm out dropping the kids off at their various clubs, I can't really carry that round. Whereas each of these tiles is made up separately and then you put them all together afterwards. So this will be really good to be able to do because each tile is separate and then there's like a little granny square and granny triangles. I think that's going to be really nice just to carry around with me. So I'm really looking forward to that. And my husband's very understanding that I love to make blankets. So there's quite a few around the house. But they're good for when we go away on holiday or we go for a picnic and it's a little bit chilly. I just stick a blanket in our sort of bag and it works out. So yeah, that is, well, how long will that take? Well, I've got my jumper to make. That will be my project after my jumper, along with sewing as well. So yeah, you know, I don't like to keep myself, well, I like to keep myself busy. I don't like time on my hands doing nothing. Right, I think that's everything I need to talk about in terms of my knitting and crocheting. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and have a look back at my previous vlogs. Thank you to everybody who put a lovely message into my last vlog saying welcome back. It's nice to be back vlogging again and talking to people and sharing what I've done. I'm not promising that I'm going to be regular. I'm really sorry. I just don't want to put that commitment on myself. But when I'm excited and I've got something to share with you, I will. Right, have a lovely day, everybody. The sun is finally shining and let's just hope it stays. Bye-bye.